Now, here's Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca with your live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast.
Well, as expected, starting to see the second round of thunderstorms developing. However, it's not as widespread or as significant as what came through this morning. But at the same time, the potential is still there for at least some of these isolated storms to be locally strong to severe. Let's start with live Pinpoint Doppler 12 radar. We'll spend quite a bit of time on this as new storms are starting to form. A lot of the action so far this afternoon has been up through central Massachusetts, Worcester, the Boston area. Had a couple of tornado warnings up there. But a newly formed thunderstorm now developing just over the Massachusetts-Rhode Island border. This is approaching Woonsocket right now. The radar image just updating, and this is tracking off now to the east and southeast. It's not severe, but it certainly has the potential for some gusty wind. I have the lightning tracker turned on right now as this is just north of Woonsocket. This will impact Cumberland as it heads towards the Attleboroughs as well. Also take note, and it doesn't look like much, but this narrow, thin green line. Some of these thunderstorms, when they form, the air will rush out, very cool air will rush out of the bottom of the thunderstorm, hit the ground, and then spread out in all directions, leading to what we call an outflow boundary. It's almost like a mini cold front. So this is due to colder air rushing out of the bottom of the thunderstorm cloud and then spreading south. And when we see this on the radar, it usually means that there's the potential along this outflow boundary for additional thunderstorms to form just to the south. It's almost like a mini cold front. In fact, it's this outflow boundary that's responsible for this thunderstorm forming north of Woonsocket. So bottom line, you see this boundary, this mini cold front passing through Providence. So as it continues to press off to the south, it may be the spark that sets additional, though isolated, strong showers and thunderstorms. In the meantime, this particular cell, it's a strong one, is tracking off now to the east and southeast, so into Woonsocket, Cumberland, and heading towards the Attleboroughs and Route 95 very shortly. Some heavy downpours and some frequent lightning, and we'll watch for additional storms to form over the next several hours. So at this point, not as the magnitude, nothing like what we had this morning as far as aerial coverage, but it's not out of the question for one or two to become severe with some damaging wind. Speaking of wind, just incredible. In the almost 30 years that I've been here forecasting thunderstorms, boy, this morning was pretty impressive. In my neighborhood, it was ground zero as far as a powerful microburst with winds probably 70, 80 miles per hour. Official reports, Charlestown, Connecticut, and Warwick with winds between 70 and 83 miles per hour. Green Airport, Coventry, West Warwick, gusts to 70, widespread tree damage. Falmouth and Acushnet had winds between 45 and 60 miles per hour. So the threat tracker now through about 9 o'clock this evening in the high category. Even though most locations are relatively quiet right now, one or two pop-up strong thunderstorms can't be ruled out as far as passing through your neighborhood, even though it's relatively quiet in Providence right now with some sunshine and a temperature at 86. Even along the shoreline, it is storm-free for now with temperatures in the mid-80s. So certainly warm enough to support some stronger thunderstorms. They do feed on warm air. As far as any severe thunderstorm warnings right now, we don't see that. So now through about 9 o'clock in the evening, keep an eye to the sky. Thereafter, things will improve later tonight, and this really sets up for dry, comfortable weather both Wednesday and Thursday. Another weather system approaching Friday into Saturday morning. While this does not look like severe, it may be a widespread soaking rain along with cool temperatures. That's slated for Friday into early Saturday morning with daytime highs only in the upper 70s. But in the short term, the concern now through about 8 or 9 o'clock this evening for additional scattered strong thunderstorms. But at this point, the aerial coverage not as bad as this morning. This morning, it was pretty much statewide. In this particular example, the second round may be more kind of a hit and miss. This town gets it, the next one does it, that kind of a deal.
So we'll stay in touch with you.
Yep.
Thanks, Tony. Coming up.